So today we're going to be talking about credit score ranges. Now, I'm going to show you the ranges you can see right over here on screen. It goes anywhere from as low as 300 to as high as 850. And we're going to break these down just a little bit more. So depending on where you are with your credit score, you can have an idea of what to expect. Now, from the 300 to the 579, that is considered a poor credit score. From 580 to 669, that's considered fair. 670 to 739, that's considered good. 740 to 799 is considered very good. And then 800 to 850 is considered excellent. So let's go ahead and break some of this down and see what this all means. Now, if you are in the poor category, this is going to be the lowest you can go. You can see here it says that those in this range often have difficulty getting approved for new credit. If you find yourself in this category, it's likely you'll need to take steps to improve your credit score before you can secure new credit. Improving can include paying your bills on time, lowering your utilization, as well as removing inaccurate reports. Now, I know it's easier said than done to say paying your bills on time, but that is a crucial part of the process when it comes to fixing your credit, is making sure you get on track. And the utilization, what that means is getting it lower and lower to as low as 30% or below as possible. So quick example, if you have a credit limit of $1,000 and you're using $800, that's an 80% credit utilization if that is your only credit card. So if you can try to get that down to 300, that will help you immensely when it comes to improving your credit score. So keeping in mind revolving credit such as credit cards or even personal loans will all add up into that. So the next group is going to be from 580 to 669. This is considered fair. You can see here individuals in this category are often considered subprime borrowers. Lenders may consider them higher risk and they may have trouble qualifying for new credit. One other thing to really consider too is that you might end up getting approved for a credit, but your interest rate might be pretty high, which means you're going to be paying way more than somebody else getting approved for that same type of loan, if that's going to be you in the fair category. Now, just like the poor category, I highly recommend paying close attention to what's on your credit score, such as your reports, as well as things that are having an effect on it, which I will show you at the end of this video on how you can actually go ahead and check your credit scores entirely for free. So make sure you are sticking around. Now, next up is going to be from the 670 to the 739 category. This is going to be considered good. This is going to be lenders generally viewing those with a credit score of 670 and up as acceptable or low risk borrowers. Now, getting approved for new credit is favorable for those individuals. Now, keeping in mind, because obviously 670 to 739 is a range. So even if you're at like 700, you might be looked at a little bit higher than somebody at 670, but relatively similar to a lot of the people in this group. So you're not going to be really changing your status if you're going from like 670 to 675. That 5-point difference is not going to make a huge difference when it comes to the lenders looking at you any differently. Now, next up is going to be the 740 to 799 category. This is considered very good. Individuals in this range have demonstrated a history of positive credit behavior and may have an easier time being approved for additional credit or even lower interest rates, which is a huge deal when you consider if you can go ahead and get 1, 2, or even 3% cheaper rates than somebody in the last category that we were just looking at. That could be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in savings over the course of that loan. So doing what you can to improve your credit score to that 740 or higher is really going to have a huge impact on the amount of money you're going to be saving over time with interest rates and also the ability to get those loans. Now, next up on this is going to be the 800 to 850. This is considered excellent credit. Individuals in this range are considered to be low-risk borrowers, typically also getting the lowest rates of interest. They may have an easier time securing a loan than borrowers with lower credit. So those in this category typically mean that they are paying attention to their credit scores. They understand what's being put on there. They use their credit very well, which means if they have $10,000 in credit limit, they're most likely using $3,000 or less on their actual balance because they understand that utilization is a big deal. Even if you're not using the full amount, that actually is more beneficial to you than going up to your max on all your credits. Now, I mentioned earlier in the video that I want to show you how to get your credit score completely free because I think it's really important for you to pay attention to your credit score as well as your credit report. So check out my video right over here on screen to check on your credit score completely free.